Oh, there you go. There we go.
She's going to look in through the window.
There we go.
Now she ain't crying. She's still watching Daddy.
Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, it's cool. You know, Daddy's in here.
Karen holding her little palm tree.
Holding her palm tree. There we go. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get your microphone.
You can get that up on camera
Happy
now.
Father's Day.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so, man, congratulations on your whirlwind trip to New York City.
Yeah, New York, man. What a blast we had there for about a whole week, and we got to see a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought one of the coolest things, because I know it meant a lot to you, is to be at the Seinfeld restaurant.
Yeah, I went to Tom's Restaurant, which is the scene where monks and the coffee shop they go to about every time they have a meal, pretty much in the show.
Yeah.
Got to go down there and get our picture. Got a good meal too, pretty cheap, and just an awesome experience to be able to see that and go and be there. It's pretty cool.
Well, so tell me about the whole thing. What was your favorite part? What you went to New York?
Honestly, I think my favorite part, everybody has a different answer, but my favorite part was, I think our second day we were there, we got a tour of the Radio City Music Tour.
Very cool.
Radio City Music Hall. We got a chance to go and see the theater, go on stage and behind the scenes too. Got to meet a Rockette. Learn a little bit more about them and just the history of the building and the corporation and everybody else, and just awesome tour guides all the way through. We also, we ended our trip really with a tour of Central Park with a pedicab, and those guys made it a lot of fun too. A lot of touristy things, of course. This person lives here, this happened here, that movie happened over there, but a lot of oohing and on all the way through our tours and trip and stuff. But we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. And there's still more, it's a huge city.
You think?
There's still a lot of things we didn't get to do that we're going to have to go back and do some other time for sure. Maybe a lot less people and a lot less stuff carrying around. It's a lot with diaper bags and 2 other bags and a stroller. And
it's a lot of walking.
Like, you guys, when you go to the beach, you have to carry down the whole wagon of stuff to go to the beach.
Right. Sure.
Like that, but in Times Square.
Yeah. Well, and I saw you in Times Square. Times Square is kind of crazy.
Yep.
There are a lot of people there, a lot of things going on. Was you there at night or during the day?
We went kind of different times. We started out during the day when we got there. That's when we first were just like, wow, look at everything, and got to see the naked cowboy.
Yeah, I saw the naked cowboy. Yeah, he's a fixture there in Times Square.
Yeah, he kind of just jumped out. We thought, be like, where's Waldo, trying to find him, but he was just right there.
Yeah. Look, here I am. Take a picture of me.
It's kind of hard to miss the one naked guy in the city.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm surprised they were just one, to be honest with you.
I know, but we went at night too. We went to see Lion King on Broadway at night. So when we got out of the theater there, everything was lit up. And just an awesome experience.
The Empire State Building, saw you in front of the Statue of Liberty, all that stuff. I mean,
you did it all.
Man, y'all were busy.
We were. It was a lot of coming and going. I mentioned the Radio City Music Hall tour that we got. 30 minutes later, we're on top of the rock looking over Manhattan and Central Park and everything else. And then after that, it was something we had like an agenda all the way through. I think I worked harder on the trip, getting around than being home. So it's nice to come home and have a vacation from the vacation.
Yes.
Well, how did little Ellie do?
She did great. The plane ride there, she just kind of played the whole time. The plane ride back, she slept the whole time. She was in the stroller every bit of the way, and she was a big trooper, while we were going around and stuff. So she really couldn't have asked for her to be any better than she was, and she's happy more than anyone else, happier to be home, I think, where she can get down and play and walk around and everything else.
She forgot she had all those toys.
Yeah, she's like, whoa, for the first time rediscovering everything again.
I think she's
she had
got
a blast
a new
too.
one now.
Yeah.
So how did this come about? I mean, this is a major undertaking. I mean, there was a group of you. Your mom was there, and her mom. And,
so around, I guess, sort of around January, Ellie's birthday, we kind of were talking about it with, Kelly, that's Axie's mom. Mm-hmm. She had just turned 60. And she's never been to New York, never done a lot of these things that we did on this trip. And that was the main source of how this trip came about. And then obviously we'd try to see if my mom can go, and Brittany and a few other people. to make the trip even more fun. And yeah, that's how it started. We got there, and actually did everything. She did a lot of the work, researching, getting the tickets, figuring out where we need to go for this and how we get around for that. And
she's like, "Oh no, we're going to see Kelly.
Yeah,
we're going to see Kelly
and you're
Ripa.
not going. You're going to stay back.
Yeah,
in
we're going to see Kelly
Ellie.
Ripa.
Yeah,
you're looking down the agenda and you're like, "What's this Kelly Ripa thing?" And, and it just says no Brad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
It says 3-4 hours blocked off and no Brad. What does that mean? But no, she did a lot of hard work and preparation to make this trip what it was. And if she hadn't have done that, then we wouldn't have been able to have the experience that we did. So a lot of credit goes to her for making that happen.
I hope it's all written down so that I can get a copy of it, because I want to do the whole doggone thing too.
But we got binders, we got folders, they're color coded. We got it all, man. So we'll make a copy and pass it around to everybody.
I appreciate that.
And still you could do all that, and there's so much more to see, right? So much more things, we didn't do that. You got to go back around Christmas time. It's a whole nother city, a whole different vibe at Christmas time in New York. And every movie you've ever seen in every scene you've ever seen in movies that is in New York is exactly like that there. It's just fantastic. No problems, no issues.
No, we really had one issue getting our first bus ride out of the city into the Airbnb. But after we figured out the bus system and which one to go on, because there's so many, they changes routes all the time, and then it changes a gate after a certain time, and there's all this kind of stuff. I had to go through the Lincoln Tunnel in and out of the city every night.
Yep.
But no, once we got through that, it was smooth all the way through. It was very surprising that there were so many people were polite in the city. And we were kind of told, and you hear stories about.
Oh yeah, they said the same thing about Mexico. They gonna cut your head off down there. Don't go.
Exactly. We get there, everybody couldn't have been nicer.
Bunch of idiots. What do you know? You ain't even been to Mexico. What do you know?
They couldn't have been nicer. Had a better, just awesome experience all the way through. When Ellie, she made friends on every subway ride, every bus ride. And they were always nice, playing with her and everything else. So really couldn't ask for a better trip.
Well, you probably remember me telling you the story about JC. JC was probably about, he was probably about 3 or 4 when he went. And, we get to the subway part, right? And I'm like, now listen, don't you talk to anybody and don't you go anywhere without me, all right? So we get on the subway, and then immediately, JC's like, looks up at this girl and says, how you doing? Man, I'm just glad to be here. I'm like, the first thing we do when we get back to Tennessee, I'm going to have your ears checked, because I don't think you can hear very well.
Yeah. What did I say?
But he had a good time. And it was obviously up there during the Macy's Day Parade and all that good stuff, which, again, freaked me out because I had no idea there was over 1 million people that went to that parade every year. So you better start early getting your spot.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't just show up at the parade like it's over here in East Ridge.
That's something too. One of the first things we saw when we got there was the New Year ball that drops.
Oh yeah,
But you think on TV it looks like it's the top of the city, and then you get there and you realize that where is it? I can't even see it. We're so high. There's other buildings around it. It's just there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, it's like it's just eye level almost.
Well, if you think about it, because they do the drop, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they start at 10 is when they start dropping it. So, it doesn't have to drop very far.
It doesn't. You're right.
It looks bigger on TV.
It does. Yeah, just like, wow, look at it crazy up there. But it's just right there.
Well, yeah. I didn't know that myself. I thought it was coming down from 70 stories.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's what they want you to believe. That's
a lot of things look, but I know when we went to Philadelphia, the big thing was got to go see that love sign, right? And then when we got there, I'm like, that's it.
That's the sign.
That's it. You think it's like a huge statue, and it's like, that's it.
Well, if you ever been to St. Louis and you've been inside the Ark, right?
Yeah. I've never been there. I always wanted to, though.
Oh, yeah, it's really cool. It's huge. The Ark is huge, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like that's one of the things that really does not look like the pictures don't really give it justice, but because when you get in it, it's a whole complex.
Yes.
And then you take the elevator all the way up, to the top, and there's just a little small spot at the top to look out the window.
And it moves.
Yes, it does, and it sways backwards and forwards.
Oh my God, that's so just get me out of here.
Well, Bahama Brad, Axie, and little Ellie, the trip to New York. If you've never been to New York, I highly recommend that's something you need to do. No beaches there, but Hey, it's
I wanna do it.
you got to go enjoy the city.
This is Bahama, Brad. You're the first guy I've ever met who I can actually now know to ask you questions about.
Oh, yeah.
What you did and how it got to be happened with you and your wife and kids and so on. So I really always wanted to do what you did.
Oh, it was a blast, and we learned so much. And really, by like the third or fourth day, you're like everything starts clicking. All the dots about how to get around and go to here, and how it just all makes sense. So definitely learned a whole lot, and it, we're ready to go back again.
And
I think, honestly.
did all of this on the internet with yourselves. Am I correct?
A lot of the stuff to my wife that she researched. A
That's
lot of
what I
it
mean.
she did a bunch of that online. Reserving tickets. We got discounted tickets for Broadway through my jobs and stuff too. So
That's another thing you discovered. You didn't realize how many discounts you got from
I didn't
your
know I got
job.
any discounts. This whole time I could have been saving money, but I had no idea.
So what did you think of Broadway?
Oh man, Broadway is great.
Isn't it?
What I didn't realize, I guess, beforehand was that they're all right there. Aladdin's right here,
Yeah.
Lion King's right there, Hamilton's right there, Funny Girl's over here. There's just like you could hit up more, 2 in a day if you wanted to.
What was your envision? You thought it was like 7 miles long or something, or you thought it was all over the city?
Yeah,
what
just
was
kind
your
of
thought?
just kind of, I guess, spread it out a little bit more than what it was. But one block over is Aladdin, and here we are at Lion King, and just. But Broadway was great. It's very just. The people couldn't have been kinder, getting us in and nicer, just like telling us. Like, they basically, you go to these events and things that you just have to find your own seat, pretty much. But we had like 3 or 4 ushers along the way that got you to your exact seat.
Yeah.
And said, "This is where you're going to be," and everybody was so nice.
I will say this: at
So New York, I was going to say, I'm sorry. So New Yorkers are not rude.
No, we had one really rude bus driver.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, everybody was great.
Well, he'd been driving for 22 hours. I mean, give the guy a break. But
I know.
That's what I was going to say was that a lot of people, they are very good in New York about taking care of the tourists because that's their business. And they do it. There's a lot of friendly people that kind of usher you away and point you in the right direction. And they're used to it.
Yeah.
They're used to somebody every day coming up to them and say, where is Broadway? Or where is it? How do I get to this? That? Where's the subway at for this and that? And
We're very easy to spot.
Yeah.
They know that we're new. One of our first bus rides.
You're looking around all the time, right? You're going like this, and they go,
Everybody just
there is
walking.
one, tourist.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
Kind of like here. You're not from around here, are you?
Exactly.
I mean, you can find assholes everywhere you go, okay, and but for the most part, thanks to your lovely wife, she probably had it all planned out to where you didn't really stray off too far into the wrong part of town or something.
Soon as something, we were able to see very quickly that something didn't look right. We're like, okay, we need to go. It's on the other side. Let's go over there. Just we just very quick making decisions and all because of her planning. And
So
stuff,
did you stay in one place? Or did you move
well,
around?
no, we went around. We took subway rides downtown, uptown.
No, I meant hotel-wise.
Oh,
Hotel-wise.
Yeah, we went to.
You had an Airbnb.
We went to Airbnb. It was in
no
Union City,
kidding.
kind of over there in Weehawken a little bit in New Jersey. So,
I was going to say, so you said you went across the bridge, so you were staying in New Jersey.
yep, went to
Okay.
New Jersey. You go through the Lincoln Tunnel, and it's like, I mean, it's really from Times Square. It's probably about 4 miles.
Yeah.
It takes about 15-20 minutes via bus to get there.
But what a bridge, huh?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. That was something else too. We took another tour of. We were on a ferry and got to see Statue of Liberty, the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
All these huge monuments
Wow.
and city landscapes, things. It was great.
Well, we didn't spend Ellie's college fund to go on this, right? We're all good?
No, just most of my retirement probably, but I can keep working. It's fine.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you're still young.
Yeah.
So did they made Ground Zero into some sort of tourist
Oh,
thing?
yeah. Did you go down there?
Yeah, we did. Went to the 9/11 Memorial, and they have
Wow.
those fountains now.
Good year. Yeah,
where the
good.
towers stood. They got those fountains, and the page
crazy, isn't it?
has everybody's name there and everything. We took that was about a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
It was a self-guided tour, and you just really got to, you forget a lot of things that happened and things you didn't know that happened, and it really doesn't seem like it was 22, 23 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's just another chance to remember
Right.
everything that happened.
Well,
And
thank you for being there.
yeah, it was awesome, the experience, and got to see like my younger sister who was too young to know what was happening then.
Sure.
She got to kind of learn for the first time really all the history of it. So
Well, we got to slot in the sponsors here right quick, but everybody wants to know when you get back on the radio. Anytime soon?
Listen, I think I would love to be on the radio tomorrow, but as far as making that happen, logistic-wise,
well, we can set you up a studio over there in the house, and you can just never leave the house.
I'm doing that already, yeah.
All right, Bahama Brad and Axie back from the whirlwind trip, and little Ellie from New York City.
That's right.